I had to move my station because it got really sunny out of nowhere. I just want to spread awareness on certain things don't have to be what the narrative has always been. Life is so complex, and I feel like there's so much beyond what we even know, and to think that things can be impossible or just unchangeable, it just, I guess, flabbergasted to think that there can't be anything else. Anywho, I gave birth and everything. I didn't straight away just like bleed. I don't know if it's different for everyone else after they give birth. It was a short amount of time, and I went to the bathroom and I started, having a good amount of blood. But for me, it was like almost on like the first or second day of like bleeding. And I had asked my midwife if it was normal, because I couldn't remember what I learned during that time. And I'm just like, I was just in shock, just the fact that I gave birth to her in 2 hours in a short amount of time. I was just trying to comprehend what happened. Like, it was one of the most big and beautiful things that has happened in my life. I was just in awe, and nothing seemed real to me. For me, it was around, I believe, a week. And most people say it's painful, and this and that, but I didn't feel any pain. And I think part of that was because the certain practices I made during being pregnant. I truly believe while you're pregnant, and depending on what you do is how the outcome is going to be with your postpartum. I feel like that's the same way with your period too, because before you go on your period, it's actually, from my research, it's actually not normal to be in pain and to have cramps. It's actually a sign your body is telling you that something's wrong. There's certain things that you did beforehand that it didn't agree with, and now it's coming up in that form. And for me, if I avoid like high sugar, stress, anything in that nature, I don't cramp at all, like whatsoever. I feel good. Sometimes, I'm kind of like feeling bloated, which is normal, and just like I want to curl up in a ball and be just a roly-poly, but there's no pain. And there's times where I can just work out on my period. Now, I do believe periods they're sacred, and I do believe that's the time for women to rest, to reflect, and which I have been doing, because I've been more in my masculine than my feminine, and everyone has it. Some just have more than others, but I've realized the importance of that, because if I do not rest whatsoever, I have a bad habit of just biting off more than I can chew and getting either sick or completely burnt out to the point where I can't even move. And that's not good for me, it's not good for my family, it inspires people, and so overall it doesn't work. So I take the time to reflect, to see what's going on in my life, to touch things, to feel things, to taste, to see. I think we as society are so caught up and doing like this, which I'm guilty of it too, just hustle culture, which it's weird because I do believe part of it, but I also believe in rest. But I also don't believe in balance, because I personally feel like balance is BS. I feel like balance is for the average Joe. if you want to really become something in life, you got to make certain moves, certain sacrifices, think outside of the box, and just do things differently. Just seeing what flows, getting quiet, getting silent, because once we do that, we actually start seeing what's in front of us. Like, things that were right in front of me, I had no clue of. I was so unconscious of it until I became conscious of it. And it's so hard sometimes to become conscious of what we're not even conscious of. But we can get that clarity by just doing this. Like, it makes you think, how beautiful is this? And it may not be the beauty of one's perspective, but for me, this is beauty, and it's a luxury to just sit down for a second and just breathe. Which it shouldn't be a luxury. It should be something we should all be doing. It seems really difficult sometimes to just do that. And I feel like that's why, as a collective, we are either sick, tired, all of the above. Once we put our bare feet down in the ground, we get grounded. We feel the sensations of everything. That is when we can finally intake in everything and see the unseen. How on earth can we see things when we're constantly bombarded with noise? I will not feel guilty anymore for taking the time to come outside and just sit if I want to. Sit in the grass. Go out into nature. Go for a walk. Have a cup of matcha. A piece of chocolate. Life is so short. And there's no reason to be this harsh on ourselves and to allow others to be harsh on ourselves and to feel guilty about it. A lot of people who were telling me that either I was irresponsible or I was, they put their 2 cents on my birth and how I did things, are the same exact people that they have no room to be talking. I am aware and know that they have them. And some people understood it, others didn't. Some people believe in alternative living, others don't. Like, you can never make anyone happy. You can't make anyone happy. You can't make everyone happy. So that is why you have to live in your truth and know that you are doing the right thing, and just believe in that, and everything else will follow. The people, the places, the things, the abundances, and it doesn't just have to be money. It can be money, but also just more quality time with your family, better periods, anything that you desire. You limit yourself of having and being, that's just a block within you. Subconscious block that you have to figure out how to unblock. Challenging those thoughts, challenging those actions, and start doing things that kind of, are the opposite of it. To a certain degree, it kind of like all ties together. When you have good periods, when you're in your pregnancy and you do certain things, like Diet, exercise, meditation, working on your mind, working on your energy, working on your breath, getting away from people who are very negative or pessimistic. It is so contagious. You have to be very careful who you surround yourself with. Whoever you surround yourself with is literally going to make or break your life. There's been so many people in my life that told me I cannot do certain things, and I did it. Just because someone doesn't think that you can do it, it actually means that they don't think they can do it. A lot of these things have absolutely nothing to do with you, but everything with them. And once you start learning that, you become free. Judgment doesn't affect you as much. Like, it can be a hard one to get right sometimes, because I get annoyed sometimes because I think it's just pure ignorance, but I've been better about just like, also the older I get, the more I just don't give a crap. And I think it's better that way too. Not in the sense of like, be rude or anything like that, but if anyone doubts me and obviously does not trust in my abilities, let them. It's okay. Everyone is free to have their opinion and free to choose the life that they want. During my pregnancy, I was very good and learned how to just say no as a full sentence. No. And I did not explain myself. And there was actually one person I had to completely cut off. It's really hard. But I also have to think about my child and how my child is being programmed. Do I want her to gain the same characteristics? Because they do learn. They learn from someone. And it's from you and your family. I know I can't protect everything, but if I know certain people are not right or safe, they're going to be removed, whether you are family or not. And that is my baby. And I did not realize, like, I thought it was just low-key, like a corny thing people would say. But now being a mom, holy crap, the whole mama bear thing, it is real. Never in my life have I felt like doing something to anyone, But if I have to protect my baby, I am going to protect my baby. It's really getting to me. Oof, oof. It is hot, but at the same time, like, it's weird. It feels good. I don't know how to explain that. Hopefully this is a good background. I cannot see diddly squat. Anyways, I think this is far enough. These are just blue light glasses. I don't actually need glasses, but I'm trying to protect my eyes because it's crazy what the phone can do to your eyes. Going back to the period stuff. I know I keep jumping back and forth. I just get excited with certain topics. I still feel like in a way your period, like, it kind of correlates with all that, because once you get in sync and you get connected, other things like flow and get connected as well. I was saying about what the preparation that you do beforehand is the results that you get after. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I've healed myself. I recommend you to do your own research. Not everything has to be one way. To just be open and to just do your research. Your diet, your exercise is so important. And I know everyone says that, and it's just kind of like, I feel like an regurgitating kind of like repetitive thing, but it's so true. And just getting the air, and like being in discomfort. Like, even though, like, yeah, right now it's like, it's a little uncomfortable. Like, I'm kind of hot, sweaty, and there's a bug that's around my eye that just doesn't want to leave me alone. It builds resilience, and it builds with kind of like a shield. Like, if you're already prepared and shield and kind of already like made yourself suffer when other stuff comes in, which is always going to happen. We're going to have highs and lows in life, and things that are extremely uncomfortable or surprises. It's not as much of like a head-on collision. It's more of a like a just like, oh, ooh, that didn't feel so good, but you know, it's fine. And it starts getting to the point where you kind of become like unbothered. It's just like, it is what it is. It sucks, but like I said in my one video, just you're accepting all forms of your life. And to have gratitude, you have to appreciate everything, the good and the bad. And sometimes the bad isn't even bad. It feels bad from one's perspective, but there's been so many times in my life what I thought was bad and the losses were actually gains and protection that I was just not aware of at the time. And I am incredibly thankful. You know, I've lost people, I've lost things, I've had to start over many times in my life, but I'm here now, and I have, it's crazy, from when I was a child, from now, I've been through so many like loop-de-loops to just go back to what I wanted to do as a child. And I feel like sometimes that's the answer. The answer is, what did you like during your childhood? What did you feel connected to? When I was very young, I went camping all the time, and I loved it. I felt the most free and alive. I just went through some really sometimes almost unbearable things, and that was the only time I felt free and alive, and I was so happy, like going camping, especially in winter time. And I liked feeling the cold, I liked feeling the wind, I loved watching the ocean. My caretaker at the time, we were at the pier, and he told me that I couldn't catch a fish at this time, and it was like late at night. I had went to bed early, and then I got up and I saw him fishing, so I got my fishing rod and my bait. I'm gonna catch a fish, and I did, and I got a flounder, and it was a big flounder, and we had them the next day for dinner. And it's just different memories like that. A lot of memories I can't think of, which I end up discovering, like, your brain actually, when you've been through traumatic things in your life, like, it gets to the point where your brain will actually just block it. I forgot the actual term for it, but when I was 16, a family member was seeing this woman that had a little mini pop-up camper. I never seen anything like it before, and I was like, yo, this is freaking cool. Like, I didn't even know this existed. I was very sheltered as a kid. We were right at the beach. I could hear the ocean. There's a section where it was, I don't know if you can get this image, but it was like this, and it popped out on the side, and the two sides have these huge windows, and you can just open it up. Like the breeze came in, even though it was it was smaller than what I have, but my RV that I have, it felt like so open, even though it was small. And I was just like I was just there at the edge, looking at the waves and looking at the sunset while people were cooking on the fire. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this, but I'm gonna get it. And somewhere down the line, like, I forgot that version of myself. I forgot her, my higher self. Because I feel like some parts of you when you're a child is your higher self. But we tend to lose our way by society, by people around us, culture, on how we should live, what we should do. And it took like decades. It took decades later, but I'm here. Keep saying this. I keep saying this. I'm so sorry. Hopefully maybe one person will get where I'm trying to come from with this. It kind of like makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Let me know if you get it. Put like a little like light bulb. Prep your body when you feed it right foods. You sit in the grass, breathe right, you fix on letting go things that hurt you, fixing your perspective, your energy, your period, whatever needs to be more in alignment. Start noticing it. And I know it's hard. I was a very anxious person, and I'm just like always like I get it. But once you just start to like, it's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're okay. Sometimes you have to just keep telling yourself that, but once you become more in alignment, things just start working out for you. Things that seem so impossible. Like, there's times in my life I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do this, or like how this is gonna happen. And I just ask for guidance from the universe. You know, you can believe in God or whatever you feel connected to, because that's your truth. But when I just talked to the universe, my higher self, and was honest, and I asked for clarity and guidance, and I just got right with myself, what I put in my body, what I fed myself, like just like book-wise, movies, television, music, things really started changing. It's very hard to think like that when either you're in survivor mode or you can't, like, how do you know to have certain things if you never experienced it? That's why visualization is so important. So much research on quantum physics that your mind literally doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is not. And it's so powerful when you can educate ourselves. Like, we have this device right now, and most of us are not using it correctly. It's a tool. I only use it, like, I literally only use it for education, for inspiration, or like supporting, like, you know, like-minded people who are also trying to live a certain alternative lifestyle and things I'm generally passionate about. And I want to support people too. That's why you have to do certain practices and certain things. And it gets really tough. I'm not going to be here and like sugarcoat that it's easy. You can just think about it and it'll come. It does not work like that. There's action that has to be involved. Like, you have to at least meet the universe halfway. There's times in my pregnancy where I would go really hard. You know, I did two miles almost every single day. I worked out, I read, but there's also times where I rested, I meditated, I worked on my mind, and I understand that the mind can be a very dark place, and it's something that we do not want to go to. And a lot of us try to escape ourselves. A lot of us will do anything to escape what's in here and here and here, and it's only going to keep you stuck in life. In order for things to get better, sadly, sometimes they just have to get worse. It has to be uncomfortable. But I can guarantee you, so don't completely quote me on it, you're gonna feel better and you're gonna see changes. I feel like not enough people stick with something long enough. There's no patience. This device, like, we're so addicted to dopamine. It goes so far. There's a lot of hidden agendas behind it, which is why I'm so determined to change. I know not everyone is going to hear what I'm saying. Not everyone's gonna get it. But if I can just help one person to break free of that mold, then I have done my job on this earth. I'm not sure if I want to go that deep into that topic. At least not right now. If you want me to, let me know. But this was supposed to be like a period, you know. But yeah, once you get in alignment, like, what happened with me is, like, yes, I bled after my pregnancy, and that's normal. But it's not supposed to be painful. We're constantly told what is supposed to be normal, what is not. And I had people say, you're gonna go through this and you're gonna go through that. And I didn't. And I didn't because I worked so freaking hard. And I looked things up, multiple resources. I didn't just find a lady on YouTube and just only listen to exactly what she said. No, I went to multiple resources. I went on Brave, YouTube, articles, you name it. Books, alternative books, not books where you get at just generic box stores where they program you with the same old thing. Like, it pisses me off. I see the intention, and it's getting to the point where I can't even be mad at people anymore, because I get it. I get the psychology that goes behind it. I get that. I get the money that comes from it. I have to remind myself when people get upset with me, they don't know. They don't know any better. But I do believe if you look at the facts, you see hospital births, there's way too many issues that are going on in plain sight. Like, there are some things that are not normal that we are taught. It's not normal. I don't understand why not enough people are angry. Like, there are people that are talking about it and people that are angry. I don't feel like there's enough people. I believe both men and women are supposed to be united and supposed to be good and everything. But it's just like, I feel women are also like the backbone of everything. Like, we create life. And I think, personally, some people are just scared of that. Everything's backwards. And it breaks my heart. And I know not everyone agrees with what I do and why I do it, but it does not matter. I think that's what's keeping and holding back people from doing these kinds of things. As a collective, we don't want to be shunned. We want to be part of a tribe and everything like that, but there are people out there just like me, or people who know more than I do. And I think we're all at our own level, but there's a time where, like, enough is enough. There's been too many problems that has happened. Death, illness, and for what? For profit. Everything's a perspective. But once you start seeing, like, problem, incident, death, it raises eyebrows. And there's a lot of things, like I said before in another video, like, it's right in front of us. Like, they're showing it. It's right there. Like, please open your eyes and see it. For generations, for your kids, for yourself, to be free, actually free. Not like we think we're free. I mean, like, free. You are your own blueprint, and to not live up to your potential, to not protect your sacred body is such a disgrace. And I don't mean that to be mean. I'm just being truthful. And I think a lot of us need someone who's gonna be honest with them. I've tried getting honest with people, and people do not like it. Not everyone wants to hear the truth, but if you want actual change, you want to feel better, look better, co-create better, have better anything, whatever you desire, you must start this. And it's not easy. It's not. Times where I feel like it was gonna just take me out, but I have gained resilience and strength and wisdom, and I'm incredibly thankful for it. And in the moment, like, it doesn't feel good, but after, you can just laugh about it. Yeah, that's how you get a good period, a good birth, and pregnancy. No matter what you do, it's going to be uncomfortable. If you take the easy route, it's going to be uncomfortable. If you take the hard route, it's going to be uncomfortable. If you don't go after it, the guarantee is there's nothing that's going to come to you. Thought alone, energy alone is not enough. You have to start becoming the essence, connecting, not be a NPC, not be on autopilot. Sometimes it's going to take sacrifice. I've been up since 3. This is the sacrifice. Also, me being hot as hell. I feel like it's going to rain. Purposely put myself in uncomfortable situations. That's what I did during my pregnancy. You have to prep your body, give it certain needs. In order to have a certain output, you have to have a certain input. And without that, it's just gonna be all chaotic and jumbled up. I think that's why it's so important to figure out you as an individual, because what may help me may not help you. So that is why it's good to get grounded, connected, and see what helps you. But I can guarantee the overall, just like the general aspect, what you put in your body matters. Your physical exercise, there's so much information out there. I cannot stress enough. Like, I had a 2-hour birth, no medication, no tearing, no stretch marks. My placenta went out perfectly. I delayed cord cutting. I healed extremely quickly. It's because of all the inputs I had placed for the outputs. Like, that's the key. The key is do things that suck. I know I got off topic for a little bit. I just felt connected to saying those things for some reason. Maybe someone needed to hear it. If you want me to make another video more in detail about your period and things like that, I mean, that's the overall general aspect of it. And make good choices and level up your life. And I love you.